Hello, everybody. This is Prince, and today we have episode 6 for Road to Rank 1 with Kalgara. Today we're using a pretty standard deck list, except we added the 10 cost now instead of a 2k, I believe. That is what the cut was, or we added the 5 cost wiper. But these cards are pretty decent. This is mainly into Nami, one of our win conditions. Basically, cards that get value over time against Nami are really good. So this combined with 5 cost Kalgara lets you heal for free effectively every turn, and lets you swing over, maybe trading with the Robin. Say you swing 12, heal the life, and then you take the life because the Robin deals the damage to you. 5 cost Viper is pretty interesting. It helps maybe into Rosie and Teach because you can bottom their stage. It's also just a 7k that goes hand neutral. But he is a brick, and I just really don't like bricks. So you can cut him for another 6 cost. But yeah, this is the list right now, pretty good. We have 2 games, one into Sengoku and one into Black Yamato. The Yamato one is really nice. I think I really display how the matchup should go, and especially going second. So that's all, and we'll head into the games. Alright, so for our first game, we have a game against Sengoku. This should be a good matchup for us. We can use Wiper very well, especially since once they play the 3 guys out, they're all 6Ks. And it's kind of sort of like, or sorry, 8Ks. It's sort of like the Resonante matchup, where if you Wiper um, the Borsellino blocker, you can't free block, or it's just a 6K, and you can swing inside all the guys. So Wiper is also very important in this matchup. Just looking at what he searched, he did search 3 cards there. They do also play that Resonante blocker. It's a 2 cost 1k that can ramp in Madonna and Fordon, and which is fine for us since we're just going to use the 5 cost wiper to remove his guy. Gonna start off with 5. We should be fine to take this. Yeah, just trying to get the cards into our hand. Do find an upper yard, which you're not going to play next turn. We're going to go the wiper into the brick wiper. As of recording this voiceover, I have cut the brick wiper, or I believe so. You can play it as a 1-1 split with the 6 cost AK wiper and the brick, or you can just play 2 of the 6 cost AK Kalgaras. Sorry, that's what I meant. And I just didn't like that he was a brick, so he's not in the deck anymore. So you're just gonna play a Sokka and swing 5 at us. We can take this or counter. I do know that the wipers will probably be good, and I am going to play Wiper Nolan this turn, or Kalgara Nolan next turn. But we're just gonna take it. We feel pretty safe. He definitely can't kill us. So yeah, he did minus our wiper, so we can't swing with it. So it's probably just gonna be a 6 and a 7 lead. 6 with leader, and then attach the Dawn with wiper effect to give it to himself and swing a 7. Seems good. I don't really know what I'm thinking about. Maybe if I want to swing 7-7 instead. Pressure, definitely get into Sengoku. I did miss a 3-drop, unfortunately, which definitely would have helped. Just having more bodies, especially since his deck doesn't have any inherent draw. We're just going to play the 6, play out our Kagara. I could play double 3 cost here if I wanted to. I don't think it's actually that bad of a play. I actually think it's quite good. But it wouldn't let me play Wiper next turn. So I think I'm just going to try and keep my last life so I can play Wiper. So yeah, swing 7, and I'm just going to use the upper yard. Reason I don't use it first before playing the draw Kalgara is because off of the Kalgara, the life and the draw, I could find a Althor, or sorry, the Earth Won't Lose, and I could use that event to play out the upper yard stage instead of needing to play it out manually. He's going to use leader effect to play out the 3 admirals, get his Fordon back, and then he has 2 Sakazuki effects, so he's going to have 3 active, and he's going to be able to ramp Fordon. He used the Sokka play to minus our wiper. I do believe he should have minused our 5-drop wiper there, since we are going to protect him. But he probably expected us to just let this go, since it's 8 and 6 pretty big, but we do have a ton of cards in hand we can use to defend him. I should give the 5 cost wiper probably this turn. I do give it to Kagura though. His deck, yeah, this is why he can use the Gangnam Lightning to KO our 5 cost. It's quite unfortunate. But on this turn, we can swing some 6s into this Sakazuki, Or yeah, I think it's just better to swing into the Sokka. We can use Leer effect to, or probably can't play the Nolan first, sorry. Probably use 3 Kalgara to heal, or 3 Kalgara to get a Kalgara on our board, and then play the Nolan to heal our life, and then use Wiper effect to give the Dawn to our leader, and swing 6 into the Sokka 3 times. Should most likely clear it. And we get to filter out this other 3 cost in our hand. Gonna get 2-2. I'm curious on which character I do play over this turn. If I could play over the 3 cost Kalgara again, I won't have a Kalgara on my board to heal with Nolan for next turn if I do find another Nolan. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with 6. I do play over the 3 cost. And luckily for me, my next life is a Porcelino. Our current hand is all 7 2Ks. So it's just nice. But yeah, we can swing 6, 6, and then swing an 8. Make sure we clear this Sakazuki, which is nice. We got 2 cards out of his hand, and we cleared it. We developed 2 bodies. He's going to play the Ripla, and of course he gets 2 2Ks, because that is all of our hand was. Honestly, at this point, if I can defend my bodies, or if he's going to swing face, I might be able to just Zeus his Law, and then just go for lethal. We do have 6 swings into his 2 life, probably 1 blocker and 2 cards in hand, which sounds pretty good math for me. Yeah, so now just seeing if I can take this life and defend the other 3 swings, because I do want to leave the a life in there for my Zeus to be able to pop his Law. If I can't kill him next turn, we will have the Borsalino that's coming out of life to just heal back up and play a blocker. The blocker doesn't matter since the Kuzan is going to negate it with the -1 effect. Here he swings a 8. I do think I should have 2K'd the first swing, but if I did, then the 3 AKs would go into my board, and I would only be able to defend. I'd only be able to defend 2 of them, and the third one I would have to let go. He's just gonna swing another 8 at us. Should definitely counter this. Now he can play Gum Gum Lightning. He can attach the 2 Dawn and swing with the Sakazuki. Don't remember if he's used Sakazuki effect it, so he could technically have 3 Dawn floating. But he's just gonna swing an 8. Now this is a good thing to note. Is it worth playing the Zeus and KOing the Law, or is it worth to protect the body on my board? I do think it's quite interesting. If I play the Zeus, it will only cost 1 Dawn, and it makes my numbers better since I don't have to split between 6 bodies instead of 5. But then again, with the 6 bodies on board, the guy's probably going to soak up a swing, which would be the same as playing the Zeus out. I don't really know which is correct there. I haven't thought about it too much. But I do think this is fine since the math seems very, very much there. If I did top deck a Shandian, then protecting that Wiper there on that turn was definitely better. But I can't see foresight. I can't predict that I'm gonna have a Shandian on top. So now our split is 7, 7, 9, 9. He's gonna take the 7, swing another 7 and 2 9s. If he counters this, if he has event and a 1K, he actually can get out of this, since the event is a +4. But he does not. He does have a brick in his hand. So this good game against Sengoku. Not as popular deck, but I know a lot of people find him fun, especially for a Pirate Party format. I do think he's really good, since most of his bad matchups aren't legal. For the second game here, we have a game against Yamato. I do think this matchup is favored, at least if we're going second. Going first definitely can get a little harder, because their second curve is pretty strong. Going 6 drop, or going Kinemon into 6 drop, into probably another 6 drop. They get a lot of swings out. Going second, this is a pretty good matchup for us. We are trying to establish 2 3-cost Kalgaras in this matchup, and 5-cost Wiper is also really good. One of the main things you do is when they rest both their Kinemon and their 8-cost Yamato, you can play the Wiper minus the Kinemon, so you can swing 6 into 4, or maybe 5 into 4, and then you can swing 6, 6, 8 into the Yamato, which will most likely board clear him, which is really good for us. Just gonna swing a 5, and we'll take. We're trying to find the other 3 cost here. Don't find it yet, so we're just gonna play him Braigo is not very good in this matchup. And we do end up whiffing for the other 3-cost or the 4-cost Wiper, unfortunately. We're going to have to play with only one of the bodies out this turn, or this game. So we're just going to swing on 5 here. He's most likely going to take it anyways, or he's just going to block. Yeah, he's just going to block. It's very smart, because if he does not block next turn, this Wiper is just going to kill him. Now he plays the Kinemon, lets him search top 5 and trash the rest. He grabs another Searcher. He's going to swing 5 and probably just going to play the other Searcher out this turn. Do take the 5. I don't know if it's correct or not. Now this turn is pretty interesting. I can play the Nami or I can play the Kalgaras. Both of them specifically, because if I play the 6-drop Kalgara out, means that 8k swing that I talked about earlier, going with the Wiper and minusing the Yamato, is going to be really accessible. Since it's just already base 8, I don't have to attach any Dawn to do it. I do end up going for the 6-6, or sorry, double Kalgara board. So now we have 3 Kalgaras on our board. It's pretty funny. There's definitely merit to just playing the 5-cost Nami and swinging, or pushing his life and swinging another 6 and leaving the Dawn up for the event. But I do like just being able to board clear him in this matchup. He's going to swing a 5. I'm mostly likely going to protect this until he swings the 8-drop Yamato into it, because we'll just tank that swing. So that would be 2 1Ks and a 2K that I'm going to have to give up for this guy this turn. Yeah, since he does play the event to give the Yamato rush. If this was not rush, maybe he just played it out manually. It'd be fine since we could just give him a 2K on the Kinemon and let it go on the 8-cost, but now we have to give him an extra card. Still fine though, he only has 6 cards in hand, since we haven't attacked his face that much. So he gives the rush, and then he's going to play out a Robin, filtering his hand. He did grab a 2K from his trash with the 8-cost. Their first curve is definitely worse, but it does allow them to play Momo Shinobu on curve on 9 Dawn, which is a really strong combo for them. He's going to swing a 6 now. We should just give him a 2K, and then let the 8K swing go through. Giving 2 2s is pretty expensive, but he is going to decide to go face with this 8. And we're fine to take this. We can play Borsalino and use the 5-cost Wiper next turn, and leave maybe some Dawn up to defend. Most likely just going to use the Earth Won't Lose event, but if we need to, we can use the Frighten Me. Now we have 1 life. We're going to clear the board. I should swing 6 into the Yamato first, because this 5k swing can be swung into the Kinemon 1 into f4. So yeah, just going to play this. It's definitely questionable though, since I will have enough Dawn to swing all 6s. But yeah, we're just going to do this play. Swing 6 into his 6. I should swing the 8 first, actually, into his Yamato to see what he wants to decide to do, and see where I should attach my Dawn. Say, swing another 8 with the 5 Kalgara, or swing a 6-6. So yeah, should just swing the 8-cost though. Do swing the 5-cost, 3-cost first into his 4K. Should have been a 6, but we're going to swing another 6 into the Kinemon. And I might just jam a 10 here into the Yamato to guarantee it dying. Honestly, on my part, this was kind of bad sequencing. I feel like the 8 should have gone first into the Yamato, see what it had done, and react off of that. If he would have let it go, we would have swing 6-6 into the Kinemon. If he didn't let it go, we could swing 8 into the Yamato again with their 6-cost, and then swing a 6 into the Kinemon. And since he doesn't have any characters on board, most likely not going to see his events, he will be able to rush with the 8-cost Kagura, or sorry, 8-cost Yamato. But I think we are fine with that, and we can just manually counter out. Now swings a 6. We can block 1, or we can just 2K. 2K is fine since on this 8K swing, if he does swing 8 or maybe even 9, we can block with the Borsalino and then use the event to save the Borsalino, saving us a blocker if we need to. He's going to do the Momo Shinobu, pop them both, play the Momo and the Yamato. This Yamato does get rushed. The Momo does too if he would like to, but he's most likely just going to leave the blocker up. Swing 5 into our 5. I can definitely free block this. It's not a bad play. So yeah, I just do free block it. I don't have a heal in my hand, so it's getting a little scary. Honestly, would rather this Beluffy be in our hand. that is in our life and just switch it with any of the cards in our hand. He pops his Yamato, gets himself an 8 cost back, and grabs a blocker from trash. This is pretty heads up by him since I have the bottom of my life face up. And since the bottom is, even if I heal, I cannot use a 5 cost wiper effect again. Now, deciding to take or not take this one, the only problem with taking this one is they do get access to Unblockable with the 2 cost Luffy and the 8 cost Yamato, the unkillable one. And if I take this, I don't have a heal in my hand currently. I do just take it. I might, yeah, I do top deck a Noland. I don't think at the time I was thinking about Unblockable, but I also do have enough counter to probably live the Unblockable swing. I do think I should have defended that though. That was a very, very greedy play. But now we're just going to swing 6 at the Yamato. Splitting up my Dawn, I should have some enough to swing 5, 6, 7, or 5, 7, 7. Now since we do this extra event, we do just want to leave it all up. Pretty most likely. So now swing another 6, he 2Ks. He's playing this Piranha. I don't really think it helps. Maybe it's another on curve play for him instead of the Kinemon if he whiffs, which seems fine, I guess. I did missequence this. I should have swung the Kalgara first. Sorry, the 3 cost, but I actually don't know if it would have fixed the maths since I wouldn't be able to get Dawn value from our 5 cost Kalgara. But if I did swing the 6 cost first, I would have been able to play the 3 cost in our hand and maybe cycle out one of the events or the Beluffy if I didn't want it. The Beluffy does seem pretty good this game. Since he has the blocker and he might play another blocker next turn, it just basically forces out one of those guaranteed. And it's just an extra swing if we want to go for lethal. So now, pass it over to him, leave our blocker up. It's going to swing a 5. Should not free block this, or honestly, it's not even that bad to free block it and use the event on the Yamato, since it would negate both of his swings on board right now, and we just have to counter out the Yamato that's probably coming out, which might be a 5 and a 8, maybe even a 9. I've had opponents playing Yamato where they, once I kill their first Yamato, they don't want it to die again, so they play out the unblockable one, which is just better for us. We're not going to kill it again, most likely, because they do go pretty fast and can run us down where we don't have enough life to use Wiper multiple times. But, yeah, if they do play the unblockable one out, it's just good for us since they don't get the card back in their hand like what they would from playing this brick 8 cost. So he pops his Yamato, grabs the Shinobu back, plays the Robin. Gonna cycle out maybe another 8 cost Yamato or a 9 cost Momo. And now he's gonna swing the 8 into our board. We do still have a Dawn up so we can use the event. Honestly, this is pretty good for us. But Luffy or 3 cost Kara to try and find a Noland is nice. I do just top deck the Noland again. I had no heals in hand before, but I did see quite a few cards in my deck, so they're going to be coming. I don't think I actually play the heal this turn. I do believe I go for the Beluffy. It's quite an interesting board, which one is better. Beluffy guarantees that one of the swings will be blocked by it, so it helps him push a little further, and it just matters if I think I can kill him or not. So most likely the 6 cost and the Beluffy swing will be blocked by the Momos. Should leave up my blocker though. And we might be able to swing maybe 7, 7, 7. Play the boys, play the Noland, swing an 8. Or 7, 7, play the Noland, swing a 7. Then swing an 8, leave 2 Dawn up, I believe that would be. Or maybe just 1. I should leave 2 Dawn up this turn though. Just in case maybe our life is an event. And it's just always good to bluff extra counter too. So I swing the 7. He can give us the event that he most likely has in his hand, or he's just going to give us a 1 and a 2. This is another Shinobu, and he still has 3 blockers. Since the event, the math does get a little weirder. But we're just gonna swing a 7. He should maybe block or event this one. No matter what, the Luffy is gonna tank a swing. And we should just leave up 2 Dawn. But I do believe I only leave up 1. He takes and goes down to 0. So now this 7 and the 8. It doesn't really matter the order that I play him in, since he doesn't have cards or counter events to draw him cards. Say against a blue-purple Luffy, they play Giant in their deck, so you'd always want to swing the smaller swings first most of the time to see if they have the Giant for one of the smaller swings. Now this 8 is also good because it doesn't let him event for free. He has to give us 2 cards no matter what, or just the blocker. He does just block, and we're gonna flip the life to see a Kalgara. If he didn't have a life left, or if he did have a life left, this one would have gone into the Yamato. But he doesn't have any left, so if your opponent's at 0, it's pretty much always better to swing at their face, unless their characters are lower power than their leader. Because if they can if they counter out of the characters, they can counter over your leader. But if they can't counter the characters, that means if you swung leader, it still would have been the same and you would have been able to kill them. Now, he's most likely calculating his math to get lethal here. Momo Shinobu, or a 7 cost event that lets them play the Yamato out of trash would be good. But he's going to play the ground death and negate our Borsellino. This is pretty good play by him. He still has 7 Dawn to play either of those, but they might not be as good now because his numbers would only be like 5, 5, 8, 8, 8, or 5, 6, 5, 8, 8, 8. Now he swings a 7. I do believe this should have been a 9, so he can go 9, 11. Oh, actually, no, this is good. This is fine play by him. He's going to swing a 7, and I have to give him 2-1, and then now this 7, I do have to give him 2-1 again, or else I'm going to lose if I didn't have 2-1. So this lethal line was fine by him, but we did have enough counter, like we always do. Did not need to heal, but Luffy was just good enough to put pressure on, and that is a good win into Yamato. Definitely going second, the matchup is better. He didn't miss anything on curve. He had his Kinemon and his 6 cost event, and he had Momo Shinobu on curve. So that was it. Good game against Yamato, pretty well displayed. This list I do believe is good. Of course, you pretty much have like 2 or 3 slots that you can change around. This second 6 cost, this Enel, and this Wiper can really be whatever cards you want. Going forward, I am going to cut the 5 cost Wiper for Kingdom Come, or as they call it, Raigo. It's really good into Nami too, because one way they can stabilize is with the 10 cost Whitebeards, since they can basically block this swing, or they just negate your other swings and take this Enel swing. And with Kingdom Come and Enel in combination, you can play this and still be at 2 life, which is really nice. But yeah, so we're just gonna cut this. Going into the future, this is the list that I will be playing. Raigo also has a pretty crazy trigger. If it's early in the game, say you still have 5 life left, or in combination you have 5, you get a pop of 5 cost. It's very brutal for them. It's also good into decks like Red Shanks, Lucy, and Teach. Raigoing a 10 cost Teach can just be pretty game winning sometimes. So that is it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it.